Most truly spiritual people in the world are exceedingly disturbed emotionally, psychologically, psychically. So let's talk about some psychic and spiritual defenses that will work once you've learned to reside a little more deeply in the spiritual part of your soul. When you're really, really quiet, you'll have experiences from pre-birth, from the afterlife, whatever you want to call it. You will have soon discovered that in these deep moments of spiritual revelation during your day, when the world disappears and you feel a great ecstasy and happiness and joy, that's the real you. So for all truly spiritual people in the world that have worked through their disturbances, this world is infinitesimal unreality, though it beats on us day and night around the clock. It's very rough, right? It is not meant to be. It's a habitation of devils, you know. In other words, there is a deep, deep quietude, a purity in your spiritual life where you feel these emotions, the same emotions that you have when you fall in love. You know, when you meet the one you love, it's like the whole world disappears and you know that that's all there is. And that's one of the many indicators that God has to keep reminding us to go forward a little deeper, a little more powerfully. We'll have past memories of distant lives or a future realization that all this will be over one day. The basic point being said right now is once you're secure in your spirituality, you'll have no questions. You'll have no desire to do anything other than convince your friends and loved ones and the decent people of the world that this can end for you by maturing in your spiritual comprehension of who you are, of what you are. These deep spiritual conditions we reach are forever. It's a place that is forever. And we'll always know that God's never testing us. We're here to disavow our friends and lovers of the belief in this world having any power over them. Can you imagine such a place? It's called nirvana, illumination, spiritual enlightenment. Nirva kalpi samadhi in Sanskrit. In other words, an ultimate enlightenment, the beatific vision that Aldous Huxley describes so well. It's a place beyond dreams or hopes or even visions, beyond love itself. Can you imagine such a place of such quiet and purity and decency? And in that place you know who you are. And you never want to leave this place. I know 60 years ago when I didn't care if I lived or died, it was like for a short time I knew what God was, the absolute infinity of it, and the world was so horrible and I didn't know what I could do about it. It was ridiculous. And then something happened where I knew that God and myself thought the same thing, and this had to end. And when you have that experience for the rest of your life, no matter what you go through, no matter what tragic circumstances, and this world will send you through every hell there is, and many that you haven't thought of. And that'll be okay. You'll never turn around, you'll never turn back, you'll never quit, you'll never give up. You become like red hot iron in your gut, in your heart, in your soul. It's a wonderful place to be, to know that you can transform the lives, the very souls of all your loved ones, and you'll be in touch with them. My mom, my dad, my friends, people I loved during my life, whoever, they're all here forever. And they're all touchstones of God in the world to remind us, to keep us going. Because the world itself, the people who believe in the world and being their life will explode in your face 24 hours a day. You know what I just said. So just begin to gain confidence. When you have these deep revelations, sit down and write about it. And you don't have to remember it, because guess what? They won't stop coming. They'll become a little more intelligible, a little more concrete. You'll see little ways you can help those around you, in just little ways, on, and sometimes big ways. And our only problem, as I said, through all these videos and writings, is we are very, I could call it shy or humble, because what we know 24 hours a day is God, is eternal. And all the pains and all the difficulties of this world need not be, ever. So we don't turn around, we don't turn back, we don't give up, and it gets horrible, because we're ingesting all the evil of the world. I know I've done depossessions, or in a large scale, for circumstances in a larger stage in just their own personal life, and you can read into that, and you'll ingest horrible things that are attempted by the dark force that owns the world, and after a couple months or whatever, it'll be gone, and it'll give you more time to finish your destiny. You can help or heal or redirect or transfer energies, or however you want to state it or think it, whenever you like. It just requires a powerful will. And you'll gain that powerful will, that indomitable will, the moment you just realize that everything, the tiniest little aspect of it's out of kilter in your thought and your experience in the world, that's the dark force, and that's why you're here, to disband that thing. And you look it in the eye, and it will flee from you. The devil fears one righteous person more than 1,000 blind believers. So you discover that everything is thought form. It has no solidity, no vitality, no vigor. Look it in the eye, and it's gone. Thank you, Craig. Thank you.